What is going on, guys? It's Michael back with No, guys, I have to break the habit. We're no longer Men's Elevation. I've decided to rebrand the channel to my own name, Michael T. Moore. I decided to do this because I wanted to allow for more creative versatility in the type of content that I'm making into the future, and as well allow for more flexibility in the type of content and the types of things that I'm discussing. So I decided to rebrand the YouTube to Michael T. Moore, my Instagram as well. It's now michael.t.moore. And as well, I've made a new TikTok account, which is also michael.t.moore, which I'm going to be posting on as well. So go follow me on those avenues, guys. I'm posting frequently on there. And I just wanted to come on here today. Happy New Year. Wish you guys a Happy New Year. And I just wanted to create a short video giving you guys some updates about where I've been. So where have I been, guys? I haven't posted in about 2 to 3 months. I've still been posting over on the Instagram. Go follow me on there. I post frequently on there and give updates and such. But on here, I've neglected the YouTube pretty substantially. So the reasoning for this, guys, is I honestly have been going through quite a transition in my life. I've started up university. I just finished my first semester a few weeks ago. I did well. It was a good first semester, but I really wanted to devote a lot of mental energy into that. I was also working 6 days full time, 6 days a week at the same time during my first semester. So it was a little bit much for me to handle, and I didn't feel as though I was going to be able to produce the best content and devote the proper levels of energy and focus into creating the best content for you guys. So I was working 5 days a week at a school. I was a custodian at the school board, and so I did that during the week. I love that job. And then on Saturday, I worked at a produce place in the city I live in. So it was just a little bit much for me. I'm gonna be in this year. Happy New Year again. In this year, 2022, I'm devoting a lot of energy and time into this channel, into the avenues of this, my name and the content that I'm creating. I'm going to be putting a lot of energy into it this year. I'm done working at the school board. I quit that job, so I was able to focus more on school. So that's where I've been, guys. And so stay tuned for a lot of content on here and on my other avenues. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to take some time to motivate you this year. It's the start of the year. I made a video last year called New Year, New You, but for real this time. And it was about how a lot of times we kind of create goals that tend to simmer off after a few weeks. And we go into the new year with a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. But as the year starts to progress into week 2 and 3, that motivation tends to fall off almost at an exponential decline. So I just wanted to come on here. It's the start of the year. I wanted to give you a few tips, a few of my best tips on how to actually implement the changes that you want, and implement them so that, when the discipline of the first few days of the year starts to decline a bit, how can you maintain the habits that you intend to build when you're initially motivated? So I'm not going to waste your time with regards to this. The first tip that I have for you guys, it's so vital that when you're going to make a habit change or a big goal, you have to make a plan. Every goal setting book will tell you this. I learned this even in high school in a grade 10 class, careers. It was a careers and civics class. And I learned about goal setting. They talked about creating these things called SMART goals. I forget what the acronym is completely, but essentially the essence of strategic and efficient goal setting is that you want it to be defined clearly. You want to clearly define the goal that you're after. Don't say, I just want to build a better body. What do you want to do? Do you want to increase your bench press? Do you want to increase your squat, and to what? Do you want to go from this to this, and what's the time frame? When you set goals with these types of parameters, you set off in your brain a little bit more discipline to actually achieve it, because when you set a goal that you can legitimately achieve, don't set goals that are astronomical out of your capabilities, But when you attempt a goal that's within your capabilities, slightly above your capabilities, but what's actually realistic, and create a proper plan within the time frame that you allow, you're going to be way better, way more efficient at actually achieving it, rather than the person that says, I want to build a better body. No, I want to improve my bench this amount, X amount by 3 months. And then you give yourself the creative vision to actually develop a proper plan. So the first tip is to create a plan for realistic, achievable, and specifically defined goals. Number two, the second tip that I have, guys, is to set goals that drive you. And you want to set goals that actually motivate you to continue past the barriers that you set, or the barriers that get inevitably set as the discipline and motivation starts, or the motivation rather, not the discipline. When the motivation starts to wear down a bit, you want to have goals that actually inspire you to be disciplined. So typically you want to set goals around the 4 categories that I defined even in my last video before I stopped uploading for a bit. I defined health, wealth, love, and happiness. These are the 4 categories that you want to essentially drive most of your energy in your life into. Health, you want to have goals that relate to your fitness, relate to your diet, your overall well-being health-wise. And then you want to also have goals, health, wealth, you want to have goals that relate to your financial situation, goals that can improve that, and even budgeting and stuff like that. You want goals related to improving your financial situation. Love, you want to have goals that relate to your relationships, not just relationships with a spouse or a member or a member of the opposite sex that you're attracted to. You want goals that relate to your family, your friends, all these things, all these relationships in your life. That's what the love category is. And then happiness, this relates to your spiritual well-being, your set goals in your faith, or in your in the way that you define yourself spiritually. You want to set goals in that regard as well. Number 3, the third tip that I have for you guys, this is going to be the last one, is to record your progress, guys. You want to record your progress. I'm going to introduce you to a method that I learned about in the book Atomic Habits. I listened to this book on Audible a few weeks ago, and there was this method that stuck out to me in regards to habit formation and even habit deletion. It's called the X method. What it essentially is you want to write an X. Basically, you have a calendar template, a blank calendar, and you think about a habit that you want. Okay, let's say you want to build a meditation habit. Okay, let's say you build a meditation habit. Every day that you meditate, add an X to the calendar. What this does, when you record your progress in this type of manner, you motivate yourself intrinsically, because you don't want to break the chain. You don't want to break the chain of X's that you start to develop. So when you are starting the new year with all the motivation, you go a week in, 7 days, and you have 7 X's all together, and the motivation is declining for the habit. You now have a little bit more motivation to continue the progress that you're making. It's essentially a way to visualize progress in a concrete and visible manner. And subconsciously in your brain, the brain likes to see the progress that it's actually making, rather than just having it, oh, I've meditated, but you have no sense of concrete vision for the change you've actually made. So one more bonus tip, guys. I said that was the last tip, but Michael, I throw in the bonus tips, guys. The bonus tip today for this new year, for the goals you're setting, I want you to refute anticipated excuses, guys. You have to refute anticipated excuses. Let's go with the example of meditation again. Let's say you have a difficulty maintaining a meditation habit, and when you are putting off the habit or procrastinating it, you tend to say, I don't have enough time, or I don't have X and X and X, and you have to find your own excuses for each goal that you lay out. So try to rebuttal them before you start creating the habit. Let's say you say meditation, oh, I don't have enough time. Well, in order to refute that, you could say, let me analyze my schedule and find a spot where I could fit it in. And then once you're able to completely refute and make the excuse completely negligible, then when that excuse arises and you don't give it as much weight because you can see through it because of the effort that you put in to rebuttal it before you even confronted it in the first place when it arises. So those are the four tips that I have for you guys. Make a plan with strategic goal setting. Set goals that inspire you and drive you related to health, wealth, love, and happiness. 3, record your progress. Remember that X method, and record your progress in any other way that you see fit relating to the goal. And then the 4th reason that I had is refute your anticipated excuses in advance of them actually arising, guys. So I hope these tips helped you. I'm going to be posting more in the new year, guys. Happy New Year. God bless you all. I'm grateful for every one of you on the channel. I'm grateful for every one of you that follows the Instagram, that communicates with me. I talk to a lot of you guys regularly that subscribe to the channel. You guys can always hit me up on Instagram. We can have a chat. I'm grateful for every one of you guys. So happy New Year. Kill it this year. It's 2022. This is your guys' year. Go kill it. And as always, guys, well, I gotta actually think of a new outro. Maybe I could still say stay elevated for this one, guys. Stay elevated.